classic tale of Hamlet through the ringer as we do every week on Play by Play.
Welcome to the next show, everyone. This is arguably the most important show we'll ever do, since Hamlet is often called the greatest play of all time.
Now, right off the bat, Brenda, I'll have to take issue with that statement. How can such a tragedy, such an old-fashioned play, still be relevant today? I think the viewers want to know, deserve to know.
Instead of answering for myself, Bruce, let's go to the field. The narrators are about to start. Mind you, for the sake of time, this is a condensed version of the play. Alright, here we go.
To be or not to be? That, as Hamlet says, is the question.
Welcome all. I am Rosencrantz, and I am Guildenstern. We are friends of Hamlet to help you understand this noble plan.
Indeed, but let me ask you, is it better to suffer through this mortal life or pass beyond? And what awaits us when we do? These deep questions and many more are the tragedy of Hamlet. This timeless play explores the question of what is reality?
What is truth? Is there absolute truth? Or is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so?
We begin in Denmark with the newly crowned King Claudius, who ascended to the throne after the untimely death of his brother. Claudius married his late brother's wife Gertrude, who happens to be Hamlet's mother.
But now, my cousin Hamlet, and my son,
A little more than kin, less than kind.
how is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I'm too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thine ivy color off, and let thine eye like a friend once more.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these morning duties to your father. But you know your father lost a father. And we pray you, throw to this earth this unprevailing woe, and think of us as the fathers. My dear wife.
Oh, that this too sullied flesh would melt thaw and resolve itself into a dew. That it should come to this, but 2 months dead, so excellent a king, so loving to my mother. Frailty, thy name is woman. Within a month she married to my uncle. But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Counsel, my lordship.
Glad to see you well.
My lord, I think I saw your father yesterday. A figure, like your father in arms. Rise again where she was.
Father, in arms. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. Foul evil drives from all the earth and overwhelmed with men's eyes.
Okay, folks, let's pause right here for a second. Brenda, do you see what I see?
Isn't that the ghost of the king? Hamlet's father? Let's take this in slow-mo for a second and see what's going on.
Okay, I'm seeing a clear signal for Hamlet to come closer to the ghost. Here he goes. He's making a move.
Oh! It seems Hamlet can't believe what he's seeing. His father in full battle armor? What can that mean? Let's get back to real time now and see what they're saying.
Speak! I'm bound to hear. I am thy father's spirit. As thou didst ever thy dear father love. Revenge is foul and most unnatural murder. Murder? The serpent that did sing thy life now wears his crown. If thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. I do remember thee. I, while memory holds a seat in this distracted globe, I'll sweep to my revenge.
See, but Hamlet does not exactly sweep to his revenge. In fact, he stays rather indecisive for a while. He can't quite seem to make the final decision and ponders more than just revenge.
To be or not to be. That is the question. Whether it's nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, by opposing in them. What's the matter?
My lord, I've been so frightened.
What?
My lord, someone's coming to my father. Lord Hamlet, with his doublet all praise. No hat upon his head. So how? How is his shirt? Oh, the look is so hideous. Or if he'd been loosed out of house, or come before me.
That's my love.
My lord, I do not know, but truly, to hear it.
Ah, friends, Guildenstern and I have come to our park to visit our dear friend, as well as spy him for the sake of his mother. And in our work, decide whether Claudius is actually guilty or not. Hamlet has decided to visit his mother in her chambers, but little does he know that Polonius is secretly hiding behind the decree. Mother!
Now, notice here, folks, Hamlet has gone to confront his mother for marrying his uncle. They don't seem happy.
No way! Look at that! Hamlet thought Claudius was going to hurt and went to kill him, but he was actually Ophelia's father?
Has Hamlet really gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? This is going to do bad things to their relationship. Only time will tell if they can recover.
After confronting his mother about her all too hasty marriage to his uncle, and mistaking Ophelia's father for King Claudius, Hamlet is sent to England. But the king has plans of his own for Hamlet to be killed while he's gone. Meanwhile, poor Ophelia goes crazy with her loss, and Veritas, her brother, returns to find her in a hopeless state.
How now, Ophelia? Look here, my lord.
Pretty Ophelia, how long has she given us? Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. Give me my father! Where is my father? Dead! Dead! How came he dead? Let come what comes. Only I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my father's death. Oh, heat, dry up my brains. Tears, 7 times salt. Burn out the sense and virtue of mine eye. By heaven, thy madness shall be paid in weight. And so have I, a noble father lost, a sister driven to desperate terms. But my revenge will come. Break not your sleeves for that. You'll shortly hear more.
Okay, boys and girls, now it's getting good. It's a head-to-head battle of revenge for the death of a father. 2 angry sons. Who will win? Let's get back to it.
Claudius does indeed have a plan for revenge upon Hamlet, who is simultaneously plotting his revenge on Claudius. Claudius and Veritas decide to lure Hamlet into a fencing match, but secretly they will poison the tip of the sword and poison the cup from which Hamlet is supposed to drink.
But things do not go smoothly as Claudius and Veritas.
Come, Hamlet, take this hand from me.
Come on, sir.
this play, folks. These two are a good match of skill.
Ah, here we go. Veritas gets a hit. And Hamlet returns with a hit of his own. It's all tied up, and the players take a quick second to catch their breath.
Here, Hamlet, take mine apple. Rub thy brows. The queen carouses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
No, Gertrude!
Oh! She drank the secret poison. That was not what Claudius intended. I can almost guarantee you that.
Definitely not. Okay, here we go again. Oh! Veritas gets a hit!
Wait, what was that?
Let's pause film and replay that. Did I just see what I thought I saw? Yes! There it is! Hamlet gets struck by the poisoned sword. He's a dead man for sure.
Oh, and look, in the shuffle, Hamlet picks up the poison sword and wounds Laertes with it. Let's get back to real time now.
They bleed on both sides. Look to the queen.
No, no, the drink, the drink. Oh, my dear Hamlet, the drink, the drink. I am poisoned.
Oh, villainy! Oh, let the door be locked! Treachery! Seek it out!
It is here, Hamlet. I have slain. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, in venom. Thy mother's poisoned. The king's to blame.
Who in venom? Then venom to thy work!
He is just deserved. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet.
Heaven let thee free it. I follow thee, Horatio. I am dead if thou livest. Report me and my cause of right and satisfied.
Now cracks some noble hearts. Good night, sweet prince.
Well, that did not go the way I expected. What an upset. But I might be starting to understand the greatness of this play.
Let's hear the final words on the subject and let those words be the final and fitting words for our show tonight. Thank you all, and join us next time on Play by Play.
And so ends the tragedy of Hamlet. Such is the ending after all their pretending to be other than they were, and to holding them to know absolute truths.
We are thankful that we know the one, the King. She has said that he is the way, he is the truth, and he is the life. Thank you, and good night.
Is going to be the third grader. So if you are a 10th grade parent, you can head down into the hall, grab your child, so choose. And if you are a parent or family member of the third graders, you can go ahead and move up to these seats here up front. I'll fill a little time here now. Some of you know this, some of you don't. I am a stand-up comedian. This is what I do for a living. This is why Mrs. Magger thought I would be the perfect guy for the job. We'll see how that goes. When I started doing comedy many years ago, a lot of people said a lot of discouraging things to me, right? They were like, the tough thing to do, Sean, you gotta be really funny. The tough industry to break into. They said mean, rude things to me. Like, you'll never make it to the stages and bright lights of your kid's school play 15 minutes up the road in Hamburg. Well, I showed them. Take that, Mom and Dad. I made it. Take that, Mom and Dad. Then, several years ago, 6 years ago, I quit my day job to do comedy full-time, and that's when the haters and doubters really came out. I had people up in my face. They're like, you're doing what? That sounds financially irresponsible. Can you provide for your family just doing comedy? Are you even that funny? And I was like, first of all, that is no way to speak to your father. Second of all, Daddy already quit his job. So you're going to want to get on board. We don't have insurance now. So, I do love getting to tour all over. This is all I can do though. I'm not smart. I'm not a smart person. I had to ask a lot of questions to Miss Maggart beforehand on how to pronounce some of these names in these plays. And that's where I struggle as a parent at Veritas. Is these Mondays and Fridays, right? Before COVID, my kids thought I was smart, but then when we had to do the homeschooling, that's when I was exposed. Because my wife was an essential worker, and I'm at home with these kids every day doing the homeschooling, and every day started with anger and frustration and tears. And sometimes the kids were upset too. But I'm not smart, right? I don't remember how to find the area of a triangle, okay? I don't know what the past participle in the sentence is. I just found out not that long ago that they're called chest of drawers and not just the drawers. So I feel like you just learned that as well. That guy's pointing to himself. This is funny and educational. You see, sir? This is great. Well, we're gonna have the third graders up in a moment. Hang tight. We'll be back in a couple minutes. All right, next, we are going to welcome to the stage our third graders are bringing us Greek throne room. Join us as we visit Mount Olympus and meet the Greek gods of old, the ones the Greek people invented to understand how the world works, because they had not yet met the one true God and creator of all. The third graders.
In old times there lived in the land of Greece a people who cherished light and beauty. Not knowing the one true God, they created their own beautiful and radiant gods to worship. The gods of Greece resided atop Mount Olympus in a gleaming palace where the light never failed.
The gods sat upon 12 golden thrones and reigned over heaven and earth. Most of the time, the gods lived happily together, feasting on sweet-smelling ambrosia and nectar. When their wills clashed, however, there were wild battles. Mighty Zeus and the king of gods. Whenever there's fighting within my halls, I'll reach for a thunderbolt, and the other Olympians will tremble and fall into it. They know that the greatest of all the gods. But not by much, dear brother. I am the powerful brother of Zeus, Poseidon, Lord of the sea. I rule with my mighty trident, which was forged by my sons the Cyclops. Ships will reach the shore or sink to the bottom of the sea when I say so. I'm Hera, Zeus' his sister and his wife. That's right, I'm his sister and his wife. Gods and goddesses do weird things. What can I say? I'm the lovely goddess of wives and marriage. I care greatly for the welfare of women and children. I'm also very powerful as Queen of Olympus. In fact, we are quite the power couple. I'm Hephaestus, the god of smiths and fire. I'm a hard-working son of my father Zeus, but I'm especially fond of my mother here. I soothe her temper with my gentle words, and all the God comes to admire my jewelry and weapons. It was I who made the thrones they sit upon in Olympus.
I am Ares, god of war. I'm tall and handsome, but as cool as my brother Hephaestus is kind, though I'm very good-looking. I cannot stand pain, and when I am wounded, I scream so loudly to be heard for miles.
And I am Aphrodite, who sits next to yours. I do not love war. However, I love and beauty. I care for making women beautiful and helping them fall in love instead of I'm so beautiful. I'm Hermes, the mayor of the Olympians. God can often get into trouble like the time I stole my brother Apollo's cow from Hitler. Sorry, Apollo. I can also trust people who like me. My father was so delighted with my witty nature, he made me the hero of the gods, gifted me with I am Apollo, a son of Zeus and the god of light and music. I usually spend my days playing the lyre. I can play better than anyone. I trained the muses and they inspired the great poet and many others to create beautiful epics and stories. I am Athena, the goddess of wisdom and combat. This makes me the favorite child of my father Zeus. Whenever he journeys to planning a battle or steering each other in his studies, I am there to give my aid. It's not easy being so smart and competent. I'm Demeter, goddess of the harvest. I help things grow and regrow new life. I love my daughter Persephone so much, and I never want her out of my sight. One day, long ago, me and Hades snatched her away from me. We both fell to a deep winter time. When we were reunited, the world blossomed again. Our fathers reared together, there was one great fruit. I too am a son of Zeus. I am Dionysus, the youngest of the gods and the god of one. In ancient Greece, the water was unsacred, and so many people relied on me to get them on. I am also the Olympian god of vegetation, festivity,
Zeus. I know some of the kids and the dads thought there was going to be some Fortnite references. There was not, so I apologize about that. Up next is going to be the second grader. So this is where we're going to go ahead and if you are a family member of a second grader, come on up here, get you some good seats up front. All the kids tonight are obviously going to hear all of our applause and praise. They're doing so amazing. It's going to be a great night. But I do want to take a moment. This kind of night does not come together without tons of people helping, and these teachers, staff members, and parent volunteers that have helped tonight have put so much work. Let's show them a huge round. Let's give a big round of applause. Show them our appreciation. My wife is one of the teachers. She's been spray painting props, and every day I come home, it's just like, oh my gosh, it's like fumes everywhere. Pink Floyd is playing. I'm like, I don't know what's going on in this house right now. But we're so glad you guys are. So sit tight. Up next, it'll be the second graders. Second graders are next. We're going to get this thing fired up. Just in case you weren't fired up by the piano instrumental version of Dancing Queen by ABBA. We have the second graders. They are bringing us Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Our reporters caught up with the lucky children who got to enter the mysterious gates of Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory and learn a few lessons along the way.
do something that's new. Well, friends, that was our first ticket finder, Augustus Blue. Let's see now if the lucky girl who found the second golden ticket is here. Farouk, are you around here? Where's my gold ticket? I want my gold ticket, Daddy. Oh, here it is. As soon as I found out about these tickets, I made Daddy go around hundreds, no thousands, no hundreds of thousands of more. He had them loaded up and sent directly to our factory. He had every more pretty place, yanking at the paper over those cars, morning till night. They were there screaming, "Where's my gold ticket? I want my gold ticket!" Eventually, I got my gold ticket. I have some tickets for now. Isn't that right, Daddy? Yes, whatever you say, my dear. Lovely, isn't she? The third golden ticket was found by another lucky girl. Her name is Violet, Violet by the Beauregard. Here I am. I'm not going to her normally, but when I heard about these ticket things of vegetable walkers, I let off the gun and switched to candy bar. At the house, I'm shrugging it lucky. Now I'm back on fun. I adore them. I can't do without it. I mention it all day. Look, it makes interest. No, I've been chewing on this piece now for 3 months. I'm simply sleeping at the end of my bedpost. It is just not ladylike to see those dolls and up and down all day like that. Ladies, your dolls are going up and down as much as mine will go. You're yelling at me every minute of the day. Isn't she, wonderful? Such a lucky, girl. Now, the fourth golden ticket was found on my TV. Where are you, mine? Of course I have a ticket. Now leave me alone. I just want to watch TV. I want delicious every day, even the crummy ones where there's no shooting. But I like the cake best. Oh, boy, so I gotta tell you, it's just terrific. Is there a TV around here? That's not appropriate, Mike. And that, folks, is my TV. Sorry for bothering you, Mike. Now, my, we have jumped ahead of ourselves. We have not yet at the head of our story, Charlie Bucket. He is not faster, or stronger, or more clever than other children. His family is not rich, or powerful, or well-connected. In fact, they barely have enough to eat. But Charlie Bucket is a very special boy, and I believe he just bought a walking candy bar. Let's see what happens. The golden ticket! I got the golden ticket! I got the golden ticket! The day of the winner's visit has arrived, and a crowd had gathered in anticipation of seeing the mysterious Mr. Willy Wonka. Here we are, Charlie. Today is the day. Are you excited? I just can't believe we're here Miss Salt, my goodness, what happened to you? It looks like you've been all in a garbage heap.
He's completely wacky, that Mr. Walker. He has these special squirrels that shall not squirrel. They are very little squirrels. So I said, Daddy, I want a squirrel. Give me a squirrel, Daddy. And Mr. Walker said I couldn't have one. So I went to them for myself, because they always get what I want. When I tried to grab a squirrel, they all jumped on top of me and pushed me out of the garbage. Like I've got nuts.
Maybe getting everything you want isn't such a good idea. Mike, is that you? What happened to you? Can you tell me about the factory?
I was the first person to be sent across the room by television. Mr. Wong has this invention, and the pool doesn't know how to do it. He thought he could do it, but I'm a code, so I did it anyways. I sent myself flying through the air by television waves. The only problem is I shot myself in the process.
Maybe you should have listened to him. Hi, Charlie. How do you going there? It looks like you're the only one that's still intact.
I can't believe it, but I won. I'm the winner. I feel like the luckiest boy in the world.
How did you win? What was your secret?
No secret, really. I was just happy to be here. Thanks for having got the golden ticket in the first place. I can't believe it. I won Mr. Wonka's factory.
Congratulations to you, Charlie. Sounds like you've got candy to invent and I got a story to write. And what a story it will be.
Isn't that something? What a story indeed. Those kids had it all and they ruined it for themselves. Life can be like that, you know? Sometimes in our greatest triumphs, we can have the hardest falls. Oh, there's a Galatian Gazette. Let's see what was written about it. They thought they had it all, but it was the one who had nothing now. One. He was last, but came out first in the end. Not even a golden ticket could save them from themselves. The gold and the glisten just couldn't make them happy. We would all be much better off if we tried to love more, be peaceful, patient, and kind to one another. If we could only try the goodness and humility and the gentleness, and if we only had a little self-control. Well said, well said.
Junior kindergartner, so if you're a parent of one of those second graders, you're going to go down to the hall to the right. That's where you can do pickup. If you're a family member of somebody in junior kindergarten, go ahead and move up to the sweet seats. And I have to let you know, Violet Beauregard, she belongs to me, and that makeup's not coming off. That is not. When she was doing the rollover, sweet teacher Mrs. Bowen, she told me, she's like, oh, your daughter is nailing this role. She's hitting those sassy lines. And I'm like, oh, really? My 7-year-old daughter can be sassy? Oh, would have never guessed it. The same 7-year-old that recently told me I couldn't take her to the mall because she didn't want to be seen with me, because she was afraid I would moonwalk in the food court. Again. She's the youngest for me. She's the youngest of 6, my wife and I. We have 6 kids. Things are getting pretty serious between the 2 of us. And actually, this was exciting. when we had number 6, it was pretty exciting. We got the hospital bill back, and the hospital bill was $0. See, not because we have great insurance like that. Turns out we have to fill up our hospital punch card, and you get the 613. We thought we were out of the game, but we had 5. We had a senior in high school. Our youngest was 9. We thought we were out of the game. So there's a few things we weren't excited about starting over from square one, right? But now she's the greatest thing that ever happened to us. She's brought us nothing but joy. Her name is Daisy. She's my little Daisy. And her first name's Usa. And we love her. And we're just... We are blessed. Well, sit tight. The junior kindergartners are next. That's the fruit of the Spirit. Class will remind us all the fruit of the Spirit. You thought a cherry was the fruit of the Spirit? Well, they are going to set you straight. Our junior kindergartners!
Thank you.
One more time for the junior kindergartners. I love when one of those grades got a little impatient right in front of the patient sign. Get back here, man. Get back here. So up next, the first graders. So if you have a first grader, come on up, get to the PIPC, and to be clear, when you go pick up your child, remember that you can come on back in. That's not, you don't have to leave, come on back in. We have a lot more amazing plays to go. We're scheduled to go 4 to 8 today. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna try to stretch this out to 6 hours because I need to get all my volunteer hours in. So first graders are up next. The first grade class is gonna take us into the timeless Beatrix Potter tales of Squirrel Nutkin and Peter Rabbit, two mischievous little critters who learn some things the hard way. The first graders!
But Nutkin had terrible manners and danced around
gather nuts. But silly Nutkin could only sing riddles at the old owl. On the 6th day, he came up to Old Brown and said,
Our battle has broken his band. He's a growing up good. The king of the skulls of all the farm. Can I turn off your own battle?
Old Brown tried to have nothing. Especially when the people of the muddy jumped and landed right on Old Brown's head.
I have had enough of your nonsense, you little his garden. Soon, Peter saw his chance to escape. When Mr. McGregor wasn't looking, Peter bolted the only way out. And by the skin of his teeth, Peter slipped underneath the gate and was safe at last. Phew. Peter never stopped running, and he didn't look back until he got home to the big fir tree. I'm sorry to say that Peter wasn't feeling very well that evening. His mother put him to bed and made some chamomile tea, and he gave a dose of it to Peter. There you go. But Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail had bread, milk, and blackberries for supper. This is delicious. May I have some more blackberries, please? This is the best dinner we've ever had. The lesson to be learned from this tale is: children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Ephesians 6:1.
The kindergartners, so if you're a family of one of the kindergartners, come on up. Rows 2 through 4 are all for you. And they are also going to be bringing us to different plays. We will see the kindergartners in a moment. We're going to give us the story of the Three Little Pigs, a story we all know and love. And then the second set of kindergartners is going to give us a little different version and perspective of the Three Little Pigs. Here are the kindergarten class.
On the edge of a beautiful forest lived a mommy pig, a daddy pig, and 3 little pigs. The time had come for the 3 little pigs to leave home.
Watch out for the big bad wolf.
Daddy Pig said as he waved goodbye. The 3 little pigs hadn't walked far when the first little pig grew tired.
This will do.
The lazy pig said as she yawned. She quickly built a house from straw that was lying nearby as 2 foxes approached her.
That was sweet. Watch out for the big bad wolf.
It wasn't long after this that the second little pig stopped walking and looked around her.
This looks like a nice place to build a house.
The little pig said, and swiftly built a house with sticks and branches that were scattered around her as 2 rabbits hopped up to her.
That doesn't look very strong. Watch out for the big bad wolf.
The third little pig walked on and on and on. Finally, she found a pretty area of land by a stream. It was the perfect place to build her house. The third little pig decided to build a strong brick house to keep her safe from the wolf. She drew plans, she bought the best bricks she could find, and finally, after weeks of hard work, she stood back and admired her beautiful new home. Meanwhile, the hungry, big bad wolf came across the first little pig resting in her house of straw.
Little pig, let me in. Not by the hair or my kitty. Then I'll huff. Then I'll blow your house in.
The hungry, big bad wolf huffed and he puffed, and the tiny straw house came tumbling down. The little pig ran as fast as she could until she arrived at the house made of sticks. The big bad wolf snuck up to the house.
Little pig, let me in. Not by the hair on my chin. Then I'll huff. Then I'll blow your house in.
So the big bad wolf huffed and he puffed, and the stick house came tumbling down. The two little pigs ran on and on and on until they finally reached the third little pig's house.
Don't worry, we are safe in my strong brick house.
The big bad wolf snuck up to the house. Suddenly they heard a bang at the door.
Little pig, let me in. Not by the hair on my chin. Then I'll huff. Then I'll blow your house in.
So the big bad wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he puffed, and he huffed. But nothing happened. The house didn't even wobble. The wolf was so angry and was trying to break down their door, so the little pigs called the cops. The cops drove up. And arrested the big bad wolf. As for the little pigs, they lived happily ever after in their house made of bricks, and they never saw the big bad wolf again. The end.
This is the wolf. His name is Alexander T. Wolf. You can call him Al. We don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of their diet. Wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way they are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think, for his dear old granny. He had a terrible sneezing cold and ran out of sugar. So he walked down the street to his neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now, this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either. He and his wife had built their whole house out of straw. Can you believe that? I mean, who in his right mind would build a house out of straw? So, of course, the minute the wolf knocked on the door, and the wolf called,
Little pig, are you in?
there was no answer. The wolf was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for his dear old granny's birthday. That's when his nose started to itch. He felt a sneeze coming on. Well, he huffed, and he snuffed, and he sneezed a great sneeze. And you know what? That whole darn straw house fell down. And right in the middle of the pile of straw was that first little pig and his wife, dead as a doornail. Can you believe it? They had been home the whole time. It would be a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying there in the straw. So he did what anyone would do. He ate them up. Think of it as a big, juicy cheeseburger just lying there. The wolf was starting to feel a little better, but he still didn't have his cup of sugar for his dear sweet granny. So he went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little bit smarter, but not much. He and his wife had built their whole house out of sticks. So the wolf rang the bell in the steakhouse. Nobody answered. So the wolf rang the bell.
You look like that.
So the wolf had just wrapped the doorknob when he felt another sneeze coming on. So he huffed, and he snuffed, and he tried his best to cover his mouth, but he sneezed a great sneeze. And you're not going to believe it, but this pig and his wife's house fell down too, just like his brother's. When the dust cleared, there was a second little pig and his wife, dead as a doornail. This is a promise, wolf's honor. At this point, he was getting awfully full, and his cold was feeling a little better, but he still didn't have that cup of sugar for his dear old granny's birthday. So he went to the next house. This guy was the first and second little pig's brother. He must have been the brains of the family. He and his wife had built his house out of bricks. He went up to the door and knocked on the door. There was no answer. He called,
Little pig, are you in?
and do you know what that wee little porker answered?
Get out of here, Wolf! Don't bother me again!
Talk about being impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he wouldn't give the wolf even one little cup for his dear sweet old granny's birthday cake. What a pig. So the wolf was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake. Then he felt his cold coming back on. So he huffed, and he snuffed, and he sneezed once again.
Achoo!
Then the third little pig yelled,
And your old granny can sit on a pig!
Now, the wolf is usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about his granny like that, he goes a little crazy. When the cops drove up, of course he was trying to break down this pig's door, and the whole time he was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene. So, the rest, as they say, is history. The CNN news reporters found out about the two pigs he had for dinner. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting, so they jazzed up the story with all that huff and puff and blow your house down. And they made him the big, bad wolf.
shake.
It's coming to Veritas on his home videos next week. You'll see it there. Kindergarten parents, you can go collect your children. Head on back. The fifth graders are up next. If you're a fifth grade parent, family member, come on up front. And the fifth graders are going to take us to Middle Earth, and they will be up shortly. Hold tight. Up next, we have the fifth grade class giving us the Hobbit Trail. Travel with our fifth graders into the pages of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit to learn how one little hobbit discovered courage and strength inside himself that he did not know existed. The fifth grade class.
Home at last. And time for tea. Gandalf, my old friend. Who are you?
Wallen, son of Grunden, at your service. And my brother, Wallen, eldest son of Grunden, at your service.
Bomber and Bofer here.
Boker and Bomber, at your church. Which way is the food?
Excuse me, that is my food. What do you think you're doing? Get out of my house, all of you. Gandalf, at long last. My home was overrun by greedy, dirty dwarves. You must help me.
Bilbo Baggins, my young hobbit friends, allow me to present to you Thorin Oakenshield, heir to Thror, the king under the mountain.
Lord Oakenshield, at your service, Master Baggins.
Gandalf, what is the meaning of all this?
Greetings, my friends. This is Bilbo Baggins, the young hobbit master whom I have chosen to be your burglar for your great quest to reclaim your gold and your throne from the dragon under the mountain.
You must be joking. This little hairy-footed creature.
He has a point. Whatever you're playing, Gandalf, I'd rather know me more comfortable home. And my pipe. And I am no burglar.
I have chosen Master Baggins, and that ought to be enough for all of you. If I say he's a burglar he is, or will be when the time comes. There's a lot more in it,
will with narrowly escape controls on these multiple practices and methods. We continued our journey to our last state of thought, Rivendell, the home of Elrond and possessed Gale.
an army of wargs and wolves attacked and would have been destroyed if not for the great glory of the Many days later, after trials in Mirkwood, dangers from giant spiders and more, they finally reached the lonely mountain where the great and terrible dragon swung deep inside, upon his pile of stolen dwarf gold.
Welcome, weary travelers. Who are you and from whence do you hail?
We both have come without plans, and up the good and the little wagons of shore. The tree from Chillian's wall is from Flame Governor's swiftly out.
You are most welcome, and we will aid you in your quest. Smog is a terrible foe. We have long wished to be rid of his wrath.
Let me tell you the secret to defeating Smog. There is one weak spot in his armor. If you can hit it.
Now we have a chance to defeat this foe. What's his wall? If anyone can hit that weak spot, it is I. Do not fail me now.
You have come to steal my gold. I know you have, and now you must pay with your life.
No, this time, dragon.
The men of Lake Town went to claim some gold to rebuild their town. Nearby wood elves also heard of Smog's death and came to help and perhaps receive some gold for themselves. But just when it seemed that it would finally be peaceful again, an army of goblins and dwarves arrived, and the men, elves, and dwarves band together to defeat this evil foe.
Let's get that gold!
The fierce enemy advanced, and just as it seemed that their hope was truly lost, the great horde of eagles once again came to their rescue.
With my help and the help of my eagles, God will be defeated. Sadly, Lord Odin has been dealt in death and blood. The throne was reclaimed, but another one sits on it.
My dear Bilbo, you are not the hobbit you were when he set out.
I am not. I am now the friends of wizards, dwarves, men and elves, and all are welcome to my hearth. Yes, all are welcome, even you. If you are ever passing my way, tell me to knock. Tease that for any of you are welcome at any time.
have our 11th and 12th graders. So if you are a family member of 11th and 12th graders, get on up here up front. They will be out shortly, and then we're going to have an intermission. We'll talk about that in a moment. Up next, the juniors and seniors. Well, I present to you the juniors, and for the final time in data, our senior class.
What should we choose? We have to get a good grade for support.
What about fairy tales? Mr. Mullins loves fairy tales. Oh, yeah, sure, I don't care.
Vito, you have to care. This is 30% of our grade, and I'm not going to fail because of you two.
Fairy tales, huh? How about this one?
What is that?
It looks like an old book of fairy tales. Open it. Let's find out. Whoa! Where are we?
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Is this some sort of literary zoology game?
Don't be absurd, Michael. That is not a real thing.
Don't worry, Lisa. I'll always be there for you.
I don't think so. What I meant was, how did we get here? What did you do?
Well, maybe it was the,
Once upon a time,
Who are you?
3 high schoolers who didn't get along very well enough to get their great books assignment done for Mr. Mullins were transported into a magical book of fairy tales. Their names were Michael, Theo, and Lisa.
dude, what's happening?
You're not supposed to break the fourth wall.
Huh. Newsflash, buddy. There are no walls. We're in a forest.
Look, you're not even supposed to know why I'm here. Can't you see I'm telling a story?
Well, what about the,
Just listen. As I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, 3 high schoolers were transported into a magical book of fairy tales to learn about truth, goodness, and beauty. In order to leave, they must learn the lesson each story has to offer them.
Piece of cake. If The Rock can do it, then so can I.
Are you for real?
King Richard, the Lionheart, was a good king. While he was off in the Crusades, his brother, Prince John, became exceedingly greedy. And the peasants were very poor, and he made them pay heavy taxes. Thankfully, there was someone who wanted to help them.
Robin Hood and Little John.
Come on, Little John.
Forest laughing back and forth.
Little John? That should be Big John.
Robin Hood and his merry men wanted to fight the injustice and save those who were poor. So they set out a trap for Prince John in the woods so that they could steal from the rich and give to the poor.
I don't know, Robin Hood. Is this right? Well, think about it like this. With the taxes getting higher and higher and higher, the prince is stealing from us. We're just taking back what's rightfully ours. It's logical. I'll never understand this logic stuff. Robin Hood, you're gonna have to tithe on that money once you receive it. Yeah, 10% first fruits. We will, I promise. Shh, it's coming.
La 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 la. I'm walking through the forest singing very, very soft.
Excuse me, sir. Could you spare a coin for an old man?
Are you one of my peasants?
Yes, sir. I am.
Have you paid your taxes?
No, sir. I have no money.
In that case, my answer is no.
Then
I'll just take Robin himself, in that case. Well, in that case, I'm trapped. Robin Hood! Oh no! What should I do?
Blue John, you have to save it.
What? You crazy? Can you save me? The tower of the sidekick. Just come police. Little John is right. You can't sit on the sideline when people attack.
Also, you're not us, so let's go see Robin Hood together.
Okay, I'll try. Drop your sword, Prince Scaredy Pants. I'm not a scaredy pants. Mommy, he called me a scaredy pants. I knew you could do it. Me too. No, not really. But I couldn't just stand by and let you get hurt.
So, Robin Hood and his merry men continued to steal from the rich and give to the poor.
You know, I still don't understand any of this logic stuff.
I'll explain it later. I'm married.
Oh dear. I'm the wrong version again. But way to go, Robin Hood! You're here with every telling since the 14th century. In all 72 films made over the last 100 years. But there's only one director.
Actually, it was all Little John here.
Well, I'm proud of you both. And you know what I always say. For our victory! Come on, anyone else for some rabbit and earthworm stew?
Not again. Man, could you send us to Elsa's Palace or Toy Story? That would be so cool.
That I cannot do. Moving on.
What do you have for me today, young man? Oh yes, prize winning cows have the healthiest food. Well, I'm actually here to sell my cow.
Cells? I thought I was going to the fair to win a prize.
Well, since she's in such good shape, and has those wonderful moves, I do not want the 3 beans for her. What? She's worth more than that.
Yeah, I'm worth way more than that. What are you like, 30 pounds with no milk?
Hey, from which are a little secret. They're magic beans. That's my final offer. Take it or leave it.
I'm not even a real cow. Meow. Meow. Meow.
Jack sold his only cow for only 3 magic beans. But when he took it to his mother, she told him they were not magical and that he had been fooled.
Wait a minute. How could she not know they're magical? Duh, we're in a fairy tale. Everything's magical.
Let them all down again.
Ever stop talking?
I let them all down again.
Why can't I ever do anything right? What do I do now?
Why didn't you just plant them? You have nothing else to lose.
You're right, random stranger. At least I'll have 3 bean plants.
So Jack planted the beans in the ground, and a magical giant beanstalk grew overnight. It grew higher and higher and higher until it seemed to touch the sky. When Jack and the kids saw this, they climbed up it, and when they reached the top, they saw a ginormous mansion and a magical goose. But suddenly, they heard a thunderous sound, and it was getting closer. 3, 5, 4, 1. Wait! I wasn't finished yet!
I don't care. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Is it true?
No, my dear sir. I'm a Scotsman myself.
Okay. Is it you then? Wait, I smell it coming from over here.
A giant! He's ginormous! Jack, let's get out of here!
Do I have to bring this magic goose to support my family? I have a family of my own to support. Good, this know about you got your goose. Oh no, man, your goose is cooked. Oh, it's your lucky day.
Jack was much faster than the giant, and he ran to the beanstalk, climbed down it, and cut it down before the giant could catch him.
Out run again. I guess cardio is important.
Jack, where have you been? All day. I was pretty sick.
It's okay, Mom. I'm okay. Look what I found. It's an egg, but sure. And you'll never guess what I went through. There was this giant and this beanstalk, and then...
Oh, Jack, your father would be so proud. I'm so proud.
So Jack, with the help of his friends, was able to overcome the giant and the greedy temptation to act selfishly. Now, he can provide for his little family.
Oh, hello, strangers. I didn't know there was anyone else wandering around this magic forest.
Wait. Why are you wandering all alone in the woods without adult supervision? Who are you?
Goldilocks was wandering through the forest when her curiosity got the better of her. She came upon a house that she could not resist exploring.
Oh, how lovely. And inviting. I must go inside.
But, as inviting as it might seem, the owners were less so.
Food. I'm starving.
Guys, didn't you forget we just barged into someone's house? We can't steal their food.
Oh, what a lovely little living space. I must sit down. This one is too hard. This one is too soft. This one, it's just...
Hey! Look what you've done!
Oh, fiddlesticks. I made a mess of things again. Don't worry. I can fix it.
No. Let the master do it. Lisa, get a load of this. I can fix this.
Theo could not, in fact, fix this.
Don't worry. We all make mistakes. Don't let it get you.
But why can't I do anything right? Everything I touch becomes a disaster. Guess I'm not good at anything.
I imagine you can guess what comes next, my friends. That's right, Goldilocks fell sound asleep by the 3 bears.
Bears!
That's right, bears.
We gotta get out of here, guys! Goldilocks! Wake up! Wake up!
Bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your stress. Lying there.
I am one hungry bear. Let's sit down and eat.
My. It seems like someone has made a huge mess.
Oh no! That's strange. Who could have done it? Nobody's been in our house.
Ooh, somebody's been sitting in my chair.
It's broken!
It's okay, baby bear. I'll get the hammer to fix it. Wait, someone's been sleeping in my bed. Yours too, Mama Bear.
Oh no, somebody's been sleeping in my bed, and she's still here.
You have some explaining to do. Why are you in our house? Don't you know how bad it is to break in?
Well, you see, Mr. Bear is a funny.
Hold on a minute. It was your fault.
He's right. It is my fault. I made a mess of things. I broke the chair. I tried to fix it, but I just ended up making it worse. I can't do anything right.
Sweet child, don't say the worst. We all make mistakes, and we make mistakes we learn from them.
Well said, Mama Bear. If you want, we can teach you how to fix a chair and more. Don't worry, we forgive you, little lawn girls.
Really? You forgive me? I don't know what to say, but thank you. I guess it is okay to make some mistakes sometimes, as long as we work hard to improve them.
The bears did as they promised. They taught Goldilocks everything they knew, and then they changed their locks. And Goldilocks learned that if you work hard, you can, and Goldilocks learned that Goldilocks learned that you can grow stronger when you learn from your mistakes. And people, or bears, will forgive you and help you if you ask. Her new friends gave her encouragement and plenty of grace. Now tell me, what have you 3 learned?
Wait a minute. What about breaking the 4th wall?
We are well beyond that point, are we not? So, your lessons?
Well, I realized you can't stand by when evil attacks. You have to have the courage to do what is right. And that's what friends are for.
Well, I learned from Jack about resisting selfish temptations. Sometimes I tend to focus on getting more for myself, but that can have disastrous consequences.
Well, I identified with Goldilocks and how she learned from her mistakes. And trust me, guys, I make lots of mistakes.
Oh, we believe you. And could you all have done this on your own?
Never.
Very well, then.
We're gonna have the best class project by far.
Hey, look what's been on the back. Philippians 4:13.
Coincidence? I think not.
You're right. I'd do anything if I put my faith in Jesus. All right, let's make the best class project ever together. If Little John, Jack, Goldilocks, and Rock can overcome obstacles, then so can I.
That's our Theo. You know, it'd be pretty crazy if somebody was narrating our entire lives and we didn't even know about it. Can you imagine what they'd say?
Yeah, that would be crazy. I mean, we are in the real world now, so no magic stuff happens, right?
And so, the three students did work together and did in fact receive an A on their Great Books assignment, and learned a few life lessons along the way.
We're talking about the Woods, and they are here with us tonight. They are all the way from Georgia. I met the Wootons at Ann's concert, and I think it was in 2022. We quickly became friends. We were instantly just drawn to each other with their spirit-filled love for Jesus, and we started talking about all the things. Of course, we talked about Ann's music first, but then we started talking a lot about Jesus. And then I shared the beautiful place that we have here at Veritas. And so our conversations just continued, and they would send us these sweet little text messages and ask about our school and how we were doing, and ask if we had any prayer concerns. And I'd always share the concerns that we had, but also the praises and the good things. But our conversations continued.
And then the horrible events happened at the school in Tennessee, and we all became very concerned about our school and safety. And we just prayed about it over and over, and then we just tucked it away, and we turned it over to God, knowing that He is the one that could move the mountains in our lives, because we could not afford security.
And so, as Ms. Harvey said, we just prayed and really had to depend on the Lord, because we knew what we needed, and we wanted to keep our students safe and keep our community safe. So as we were praying, that we started receiving checks from the Wootons. The Lord just touched their heart in such a deep, deep way for our school. We never asked, not once did we ever ask, and that wasn't even a prayer that I had shared. The Lord told them what to do. And so each time that we would receive these sweet little checks, there would always be a note inside and attached that would say, God told me that I needed to send this to you all, and we are praying for you. And that was the only thing we would hear, and we thought, we knew that it had to be the Lord.
And we cannot thank you enough for the ways. And each day when we walk in and see our beloved security guards, we praise and thank God for them. And we are in awe of the loving and humble obedience of two precious souls who, through their sacrificial giving, have provided our school with 2 full-time security guards for this entire school year.
So tonight, we did not want to miss this opportunity, especially since they're here with us, to give them a big thank you. We want them to come up, and we want to present them with a plaque that we hopefully will always be a reminder to them forever about their sacrifice and their love for us, and most importantly for Jesus. So, Mr. and Mrs. Wooten, will you please come and join us on stage? And we have scholars and big scholars all have been touched by your favor. We will be forever grateful for your steadfast loyalty to the cause of Christ. You have left an imprint on our community that will forever be remembered. And may this plaque serve as a reminder of the extravagant love and generosity you have given to our school. We love you so much. Thank you. So, Veritas, will you please join me in praising Jesus for the way he's touched the Lutens?
The year was 1840-something, and many Americans decided to leave the economic depression in the East and search for a better way of life in the West. But westward expansion was not as easy as it may have first appeared. Well, we're finally on the road again. I can't believe it took 3 days to fix that broken wagon wheel. We're on our road, folks. We're on our own now, folks. The rest of the wagon train left us in their dust. Just don't rightly know if we'll make it on our own. We'll make it all right. Don't worry, wife. God willing, we'll make it to the Oregon Territory before the frost sets in. Oh, husband, do you think they're right? Do we have enough food and supplies to make it? Don't worry, Mom. If the good Lord's will, we've prepared a long time for this journey.
Oh, husband, I do hope we make it before winter, because the cold will be too much for our baby.
You heard Mr. Jones. If the good Lord's willing. It's only the Lord's timing, my dear. But also, by my calculations, we'll be able to cross the 2,170 miles for a deserted wonderland, covering an average of 15 to 20 miles per day in about 4 months, 3 days, not because I'm exhausted. It's because my stomach is so empty. I'm hungry too.
Yes, I'm starving, Mama.
That's it. Capitalists are building. Let's take the question.
You're right, my dear. Mr. Jones, we are already our business.
Veritas Saturday, will you see an Oregon Trail play with a Bon Jovi reference? That's what we all came for tonight. I love that. Kids, applaud if you grew up in the 80s playing Oregon Trail. I love playing Oregon Trail. Also, as a kid, I was reminded of this. As a kid, I remember drinking in the 80s. You guys remember this? I drank 5 Alive. Does anybody remember 5 Alive? We are lucky to be alive after drinking. On the breakfast beverage hierarchy, you have like orange juice and coffee, and then you have tea, apple juice, and then way below that is Tang. And then way below that was 5 Alive. If you ever had it, it was light Tang mixed with grapefruit. That's musical Mary Poppins. They will carry us into the streets and rooftops of London as they sing and dance their way into our hearts. I present to you the 4th grade class.
Winds and east, mist coming in, like something's a ruin about to begin. Can't put my finger on what lies in store, but I feel what's to happen all happened before.
something. We have ideas about honoring nanny. Yes, yes. Stop, Michael. Advertisement or a near nanny. Wanted one near nanny, material life for children. Trouble finders. First, you must have a cheery disposition. Second, very teachings. Third, you must play games of all sorts. Fourth and finally, you must be.
Is there any wonderful father? Children, it's delightful. I can tell you it's so hard. Thank you for taking the time and such a thoughtful.
Preposterous! Children writing their own advertisement for a nanny? I never. Michael, give me that straight away. Ellen!
Yes, Mr. Bailey.
Take the children straight into the nursery at once. I must begin writing a new advertisement for nannies to get it printed in the papers.
Come along, children.
It was very good, Michael. Please, at least consider what they've written. They look so hard.
I would not be bothered with such childish nonsense.
But they are children, dear. Good morning, George.
Good morning. Today we get into the new nannies.
Mr. Banks, this is fair to nanny outside. Shall I show them?
Mrs. Britt, I said that the new nannies at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock it shall be.
I don't understand, Michael. They're not at all what we asked for in their announcement.
Best to miss the part about raising cheeks and playing games of all sorts. They look frightfully serious.
Listen, Michael, they're talking. Let's see if we can hear what they say.
I hear these kids are a nightmare. And they struggle to find a nanny who can control them. I heard that the last nanny took off after finding creepy, throwing things at me in the bed. Well, we'll expound on things we've heard. I hear Mr. Banks is a pretty serious man who looks all the time and seldom has time for his children. Perhaps the children just need someone who will understand it? Or a good clip on the ear, you mean? Seems such a shame, really. Perhaps they just need to go and fly kite or something? Looks like the wind is here a bit. Hold on to your hats and gloves, girls.
Michael, did you see what I just saw?
I think so, Jay. Who is she?
Mrs. Britt, it's now precisely 8 o'clock. We must show the nannies in one at a time.
Yes, sir. Well,
Ellen, please go check.
yes, sir. Won't you please come in?
Oh, the father playing in Michael Banks.
Oh, you know it.
She seems to be the only one left, sir.
I beg your pardon? And you all?
I said you are the father of Jane and Michael Banks. Are you not?
Well, have you got some references? May I steal those?
Oh, I make a point to never give references. A very old-fashioned idea to my mind.
Is that so? Well, we'll have to see about that, won't we?
Now, let's see. Aha, the qualifications. Item 1, a cheery disposition. I am never, of course. Item 2, rosy cheeks. Obviously. Item 3, play games, all sorts. Well, I'm sure that you will find my games extremely diverting. Item 4, be kind. Well, I am kind, but extremely so. I'm sorry, Miss Spencer, is there a problem?
That letter. Where did you get it?
You did advertise for a nanny, yes?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Very well then. I shall require every secretary to you. Children, please show me to the nursery.
is worth the fight.
Tim, how it ended, Bert?
Well, Michael had different ideas about his money than his father and his father's bosses at the bank. That led to quite a scramble at the televisions when Michael yelled, "Anyone, give me back my man!" Luckily, I carried on wandering the streets looking for hope.
Come on, Michael, keep up.
I'm trying. Do you really not know what we are?
No? Well, maybe. I can't believe you ran like him. Fall back on bank.
Michael, Jane, is that you? Bud? Now come on, you two. What are you doing on this side of town, miles away?
Jane is lost! Nobody ran from the bank.
Ah, I see. Don't you worry. You're a good old bird. Love your friends and married ones. How about a little bit for a taste of you home across the blue coast, Wilson, London, and Dublin?
But thank goodness! We're looking everywhere for you children. Thank you, Bert, for taking care of me in my absence.
Anything for you, Mary Poppins. Did someone say Mary Poppins? Bert, where have you been?
Hey, Mary Poppins, what do you say you show us some of those rooms we've seen before?
I've absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, come on, Mary. We know you remember.
Indeed!
Wait till you spend the time. What do you say, Bert?
Mary Poppins, it's just one dance. Could you do it for us, sweepers? Just this once?
Please! Fine, we must. All right, boys, step in time.
Wait, children, wait. Mary
7th grade class. Join us as we go back into the Roman era to learn about self-sacrifice and courage at an epic level. I present to you the 7th grade class.
He was right no matter what. When I was younger, I had need of courage. So I learned to follow my heart, every single word, and it brought me strength. As a young boy, and later as an old man, when I led my country against the great evil in World War II. This poem tells of brave Horatius and his two friends who fended off the Etruscan army long enough for the Romans to hew down the bridge over River Tiber, their enemies one way into Rome. I think you should hear a bit of this poem, don't you? Yes. Let's begin.
Lars Christina Lucio, by the 9 Gothi sword, that the great house of Tarquin should suffer wrong no more. Shame on the false Etruscan, who engaged in this wrong, when Christina of Clusium is on the march to Rome.
The foot are score thousand, the horse are thousands ten. For the gates of Sutrium, met the great array, proud man is Lars Christina, upon the trysting day.
For all the Etruscan armies were painstakingly designed, and many have vanished from it, and many have stabbed allied.
The Romans held a council standing before the river gate. Short time was there, ye will make guess, for musing or debate, outspake the council round.
The bridge must straight go down, for since Janiculum is lost, naught else can save the town.
Justin, there can fly ye, or with borrowed haste and fear.
To arms, Sir Consul! Lars Christina is here!
On the low hills of westward, the consul fixed his eye, and the swirly storm of death raced fast along the sky.
But the council's vow is sad, and his speech is low, and darkly the teeth of wall, and darkly at the foe.
Their rain will be upon us before the bridge goes down. And if once they win the bridge, what hope to save the town?
Then out spake great Horatius, the captain of the gate.
To every man upon this earth, death cometh sooner or late. And how can man die better than facing fearful odds for the ashes of his fathers and the temples of his gods? Hew down the bridge, Sir Consul, with all the speed ye may. I, with 2 more to help me, shall hold the foe in play. And yonder straight path 1,000 may well be stopped by 3. Now who will stand on either hand and keep the bridge with me?
Then out spake Spurius Lartius, a proud Roman was he.
Lo, I will stand at the right hand and keep the bridge with thee.
Then out spake brave Comedius, a Titan blood was she.
And I will abide on thy left side and keep the bridge with thee.
While these men held the bridge, our Roman armies did all they could to fight it before it was too late. As these men bravely held the bridge, the greatest Etruscan army did all they could to do it before it was too late. I'm coming!
Meanwhile, axe and lever had manfully replied, and now the bridge hangs tottering above the boiling tide.
Come back, Horatius!
Loud cried the mothers all.
Back and Jerusalem! And with a crash like thunder fell every loosened beam, and like a dam, the mighty wreck lay right before the stream.
Alone stood brave Horatius, for conflict still in mind, Christ 30,000 those before the broad floods of Rhine.
Down within.
Now yield thee to our grace, O Tiber, Father Tiber, to whom the Romans pray. A Roman's life, a Roman's arms, take thou in charge this day.
Curse on him, will not the village drown, and for this air close the day, we should have sat in town.
Heaven help him, and bring him safe to shore, for such a gallant feat of arms was never seen before.
And still his name sounds stirring until the men of Rome, as the trumpet blast that cries to them to charge the Volscian home. And the good wives still pray to Juno, from boys as far as old, as his who kept the bridge so well in the brave days of old. When the young and old encircle around the fire
armor and trims his helmet's plume.
And the good wife shall marry
Goes flashing through the room.
with weeping and with laughter.
Still is the story told.
How well the bridge she has kept the bridge from the brave days of old.
The captain of the gate. To every man upon this earth, death cometh sooner or late. And how can man die better than facing fearful odds for the ashes of his fathers and the glory of the one true God?
We are almost at the halfway point. We're under the rim. Now we have 2 more amazing classes, 2 more amazing plays. Hang in there. Up next, we have the 8th graders, and then closing us out is the 9th graders. So hang tight, and the 8th graders will be right up. Our 8th grade class visits Mark Twain's tales of Tom Sawyer and several of Tom's fun and hilarious adventures. Sit back and let's peek in on the adventures of Tom Sawyer with the 8th grade class.
Welcome to the world of Tom Sawyer, the classic story by Mark Twain about a boy growing up along the Mississippi River. We'd like to invite you in to see a few of the funny and exciting adventures that await you in the pages of this book. But first, a word from the author.
Most of the adventures in this book really occurred. 1 or 2 were experiences of my own, and the rest of the boys and girls were schoolmates of mine. Although the main intention of this book was the entertainment of children, I do hope it will not be shunned by adults on that account. For part of my plan has been to try to pleasantly remind adults of what they once were themselves, how they felt, how they talked, and what strange enterprises they sometimes engaged in. Do you think you can, folks?
Well, let's see. First, we'll spy in on Tom Sawyer and Aunt Polly. After discovering that Tom cut school to go swimming and then picked a fight while wearing his best Sunday suit, Aunt Polly makes him spend his Saturday whitewashing the fence.
Tom Sawyer, don't forget your opening chores. I got a lot of that suit, so I want you to whitewash this here fence. And don't you try to get out of it. You can't play today. You'll play next Saturday.
But Aunt Polly...
That's enough, Tom. You're whitewashing, and that's all there is to it.
Whitewash the fence. Whitewash the fence. I hate doing whitewashing. Just one's off each year, so you have to do it over the next one. It's like cleaning a room, only worse. What am I going to
I can still hear you, Tom Sawyer. When your belly ain't gonna get back to work, young man.
Jack Johnson, William, set for Chicago. I'm the mighty steamboat Missouri. Take a turn around that stone. Stand by, ring your bell. I like apples, I like Saturdays, I like steamboats, but I don't like Tom. Sure is a shame you gotta be working on Saturday, Tom.
Oh, it is you. I wasn't noticing.
Say, I'm a little swimming, I am. Don't you wish you could too? But of course you'd rather work, wouldn't you? Of course you would.
What do you call it work?
Well, ain't that work?
Well, maybe it is and maybe it ain't. All I know, it suits Tom Sawyer.
Come on now. Don't you let me know that you like it.
Hold on now. I thought Tom didn't like to paint. Now he acts like he loves it.
I know. Why would he pretend to like work? That's silly.
Now listen, little ones. There's more going on in Tom's mind than meets the eye. See, look what he does here. Like it? Well, I don't see why it aren't to like it. Does a boy get a chance to whitewash a fence every day? There's an art to it, baby.
You see, a touch more here, just so. My, oh my, that's a pretty piece of work.
Say, Tom, let me whitewash a little.
No, Ben. I reckon it wouldn't hurt to do. You see, Aunt Polly's awful particular about this fix.
I'm awful particular about this here fix. About Tom Sawyer getting work. Do you hear me?
It's right here on the street, you know, if it was the back fix. But this one's got to be done very carefully. I reckon there ain't 1,000. Now maybe 2,000. That can do it the way it's just got to be done.
Say, Tom, let me whitewash a little.
No, Ben. I'm afraid you wouldn't do it right.
Shucks, is that so? Let me just try. Only just a little. I'd let you if it was me. Say, I'll give you 4 miles.
No, Ben. Still afraid you wouldn't do it right.
Fine, I'll give you all mine.
I can't beat that, Ben. But you be careful now. That's good, Ben. That's real good. You're doing a mighty fine job, Ben.
Tom Sawyer and Rogers, what you doing?
Just whitewashing the fence. You know, real artistic like.
Doesn't look like you're doing anything at all, Tom Sawyer.
Nah, Amy, I'll just let me do a little whitewashing. Only one that did just right.
I could do that. Give me a brush.
Gotta have Tom.
Tom Sawyer, will you let me whitewash this fence?
You gotta be real careful. And you have to give me something real nice.
How about this cat's eye marble? I've been saving it to trade.
I can't pass that up, Amy. Here you go. But just be careful.
Okay, now I see it. Brilliant.
Yes, Tom Sawyer knows enough about human nature to get what he wants.
Tom Sawyer, Ben, Amy, I came to see what Pastor Funhouse had in this town, and here you are working. What you doing?
Jeff, this is the place to be. We're whitewashing the fence. We're like 55.
What's so good about that?
It's fun. And you can pretend to be a great artist like Michelangelo da Vinci. See, only 1 in 2,000 can do it just right.
I can do that.
Not everybody can do it right.
Give me a brush.
You gotta ask Tom.
Tom Sawyer, will you let me whitewash this fence?
Well, since you're new to town and all, I'll think about it if you give me something you really treasure.
I got some broken bottle glass I found by the river.
Okay, grab your brush.
Say, what's going on here?
We're whitewashing the fence. Only 1 in 2,000 can do it just right. But first you gotta ask Tom.
You gotta say, Tom Sawyer, can I whitewash that fence?
And you gotta give us something real special.
All right then. Tom Sawyer, can I whitewash the fence? What do you want? How about a one-eyed cat?
Now, there's nothing like a hard day's work.
A little later that same year, Tom falls in love with a new girl in town, Becky Fashion. Let's take a peek in the schoolhouse to see what became of this special pair. A little later that same year, Tom falls in love with a new girl in town, Becky Fashion. Let's take a peek in the schoolhouse to see what became of this special pair.
Well, Becky Thatcher, I'm afraid we ought to get married and spend the rest of our lives together.
Oh, Tom, I want to marry you.
Yes!
I wonder what it's like to be married.
Why, shucks, Becky is the best. Why, when I was engaged to Amy, never mind.
Well then, I'm the first person engaged to. You was engaged to Amy? Well, I'm never Tom Sawyer. Our wedding's off.
Becky, wait!
Students, sit down. Quiet now. Okay, let's do a quick review of
T-T-T-U-D-Y?
That's okay, Mary. We'll work on that after class. Tom Sawyer? Tom Sawyer. Oh, sorry. Yes, teacher? Stand up, Tom. And now a question from our Bible lesson. Tom, who were the first two disciples? Oh, well, you see, I'll speak up and answer the question directly. Surely you know this.
The first two disciples were David and Goliath? Friends, let us draw the current of charity over the rest of the scene for Tom.
Tom begins to contemplate his life and friendships. He realizes that he is forsaken and friendless, and he becomes gloomy and desperate after Becky rejects his hand in marriage. Yes, they had forced him to it at last. He would lead a life of crime. There was no choice. Tom is determined to become a pirate.
Hello, Tom. I've come to say goodbye. I've got to run away and escape the car and go out. I hope you never forget me.
Joe Harper. I was just about to come tell you the same thing. I decided to leave this old life. Come with me, Joe. Let's be pirates together.
Well, I was thinking about being a current. Being a current's not mine, you know, we don't involve you.
No, sirree, Joe. It's the pirate's life for me. You don't want to live in a cave. Eat only bread, do you? Why, life of crime will be much more adventurous. We'll get to do whatever we want, whenever we want.
You know, you're right, Tom. Pirating is clearly the only way. Say, let's go get Huckleberry Finn. He'll be a mighty fine pirate with us. Brilliant. That's just the thing, Tom. Let's shake on it.
Pirates who don't steal.
Pirates who don't steal.
And so conscience granted the boys a truce, and these curiously inconsistent pirates finally fell peacefully to sleep.
Now, folks, we hope we've piqued your interest with our little stories and encourage you to dive right into the pages of Mark Twain's book.
I can take it from here, my young friend. In these pages, you may discover even more humor, wit, and adventures of my friend Tom Sawyer. You may even discover a thing or two about yourself, but I guess I'll leave that up to you.
Epic tale of Odysseus, who returns from the Trojan War to find other men courting his faithful wife. He's been gone for many long years and faced treacherous perils in his quest for home. Let's join the 9th graders as they share with us this timeless tale. I give you the 9th grade class!
Our story comes from Homeric epic The Odyssey, which follows the hero Odysseus, king of Ithaca. After fighting
Trojan War for 10 long years. The Greeks win and return home. All except for Odysseus.
Another 10 years pass, and there is still no sign of Odysseus. His wife Penelope and son Telemachus wait for him to return, but wicked suitors have come to Odysseus' palace on Ithaca and tried to persuade Penelope to marry one of them.
Penelope sits at her loom weaving and tells the suitors that when she has finished their tapestry, she will choose one of them to be her husband.
What they don't know is that each night she is unraveling her work from that day, so the tapestry will never be finished.
Mother Penelope, your other suitors are your door.
Not another suitor. How I tire of them. I miss your father. But I have no choice. Send it in.
Hello, ma'am. You look very beautiful today. We have something to discuss with you, my lady.
Thank you, kind sir.
Penelope, we have found out your secret. You were unweaving the quilt every night to stall, making decisions about your husband. Odysseus has been gone for over 10 years now.
It is time for you to find a new husband to be king.
Mother Penelope, are you all right?
If only your father would return.
Bring more food.
This fool's cold.
Well, I never. Not so much as a thank you, how are you today, servants? And my mom taught me manners, but not these guys.
Get a load of these guys.
Odysseus enters, disguised as a peasant.
The suitors mock him and throw food at him.
Get away, beggar.
Get out of here, beggar.
Respect the beggar! Why would you do this? What harm did he cause you?
Mother Penelope, I would never do such a thing as these suitors.
Really? Well, there was that time when you were 4 and you didn't like that food that I served you for dinner. And you started screaming and throwing things.
Why do you suitors do this? Others who try to court a gentlewoman, a daughter of a rich house, treat everyone with respect, wanting to make a good impression. They bring sheep and fine gifts. Do any of you dare to feast at this expense? How weary I am of your manners and your company!
Oh, Mother Penelope, please come and rest.
Odysseus now reveals himself to his son, and he shows him his plan of ambush. Later, the suitors will have competition of stringing the bow, so they might have a chance of marrying Penelope.
Father, you've returned.
Can't believe you're home. What took you so long?
That is a very long story. Epic story. But let me just give you the highlights. We were heading home after we traveled
my men and I came we were some trading with the people of Israel. The first of our many misadventures.
Misadventures? What happened?
We traded shirts, boots, weapons, shields. We took it off our hands for nothing in exchange. Oh, and killed many of their men. You know, the usual trading adventure stuff.
Sure, if you're a mercenary, that sounds like plunder and murder.
It's so great. But what happened next was truly unexpected. We approached a men's horizon island full of lotus blossoms. My men decided to stop and try the blossoms, which was supposed to give you great wisdom and cleverness. Instead, they got instant amnesia. I had to drag my men to the ship under the pain of death and force them to sail.
Well, what did the flowers taste like?
I couldn't tell you. I'm no gullible soldier. Well, the next island was with Polyphemus, a relative of Poseidon, where we remained for several months. When we set off to leave, however, some of my men were constrained to remain for supper. They are indefinitely indisposed.
Worst luck.
We next traveled to Circe. Amazing accommodations. 5-star review. Tender meats, fresh vegetables, soft beds and feathery pillows. They make all your cares. I can remember it now.
Odysseus, what can I get for you? Sweeter grapes, better drinks, or better you?
I was so comfortable. I had almost forgotten about home.
We wish you had stayed with us forever.
Well, I'm glad you remembered us, Father. Surely home's a better place than anywhere else.
Truer words have never been spoken before. And Circe's island was not as perfect as it sounds. She turned my men into pigs. It seems like a good time to move on. We set a great course in it, and we nearly made it. But we got turned around somehow and wound up in Hades.
What? Hades?
Yes. It was crazy. But we made it out. And what happened next was the most terrifying of the entire journey.
Wait, more than amnesia lotus blossoms. Maybe Polyphemus. And a wrong turn into the land of the dead?
Yes, my son. There is a greater thing to be feared on the water than those things.
A lion? Cracker? Old Nessie?
No, my son, the dreaded sirens.
The mermaids that sing to sailors?
They sing such sweet songs that sailors are swept overboard by their serenade, falling and breaking themselves on the salty stones of the sea. Look, you can still hear their voices.
Hear my voice beneath the sea, sleeping now so peacefully at the bottom of the sea, sleeping all eternity.
I had my remain time me to the massive ocean, so I could hear their songs, but not be tempted to throw myself over. Some of my men were not so lucky. They were swept away by that despicable current.
Sailors live so restlessly, so peacefully at the bottom of the sea, sleeping out eternally.
Son! Then, there was a road, and we took shelter where the sun keeps us cattle. My remaining men got hungry, and they decided to eat the cattle. They paid with their lives. Zeus, old thunder himself, smashed our ships, killing all the men but me. I was adrift for many years until I landed on Calypso's island.
Well, did you have to find your way back home to meet him up, your true love?
Not exactly. She held me against my will for 7 years.
Would that I could have kept you forever, my pet.
Never.
We could have been so happy together, if not for Hermes and the Olympian busybodies.
No, you were a psycho. A kidnapper.
Tut tut, no name calling. In the end, you were right for me. That's why I let you go.
She sounds cray-cray.
Yes. Well, anyway, I made a route from Driftwood River and made my way home. My journey has been one distraction after another. It is as if someone doesn't want me to get home. Now, we must get to the events at hand. So, who were all these men at my table?
Oh, they were Mother's awful suitors. Whom she's been deceiving while she waits for you to return home. They're planning on having a bow striking competition to see who will win Mother's hand.
Well, son, it seems it's time for me to enter a bowstringing contest. Make sure your mother is safe with her. For tonight, I deal with those suitors once and for all.
None of the suitors are found worthy.
Odysseus walks in and tries to string the bow. He succeeds.
It's Odysseus!
Odysseus!
Odysseus! Catch!
Euryclea, the faithful maid, tells Penelope that her husband has come home and killed all of the evil suitors.
Come and see. Dear Clea, how can this be?
Penelope comes down to see Odysseus, looking mighty as a lion, with all of the evil suitors lying dead at his feet. She wants to test her husband to see if it's really him, but only he would know the truth about the bed.
Your Clea, move my husband's bed outside the room and put some medicine sheets on it.
What? Who is moved by the bed? my very own hands. I made it so that one of its posts was part of a young olive tree's trunk. Who has cut down the trunk at its roots and moved it?
Odysseus, it really is you. Odysseus, you're finally home.
After 10 years fighting in the Trojan War, and another 10 years journeying around the Mediterranean Sea, Odysseus was finally home.
So he and his brave son Telemachus and faithful wife Penelope all lived in harmony for many days.
The happy ending is nice enough, but let's be honest. The real